Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on the year 2021. Now before I do that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and click the notification bell. It really helps you the algorithm. So 2021, this year is basically just ended now, and it's now 2022 now. And Happy New Year to all of you. 2021's basically just ended, and it's basically now and it's basically now 2022 now. 2021's just ended. So yeah. Yeah, and today I'm going to be doing a review on 2021. Okay, let's start the review. Okay, I'm going to be starting off from I'm going to be starting doing all the months of 2021 that I did. Okay, so now we're first starting off with January on 2021. So January 2021 was a pretty great month in my opinion, except we were in another lockdown in January of 2021, and I had to do online learning from my school, my schoolwork at home, which was pretty difficult, but it wasn't too bad doing my online learning, my work from home from school. See, it wasn't too bad. Was it was it was pretty easy and not too bad in my opinion. I basically had to do that in the lockdown of January 2021, my online learning from school. So yeah, so yeah, and oh yeah, on January 4th I watched my first movie of 2021, which was Zog and the Flying Doctors, which was a pretty great Julia O'Donnell in the short in my opinion. And I also yeah, I think that's pretty much of January 2021. Now on to February 2021. So February 2021, we were still in the lockdown, and I did my online learning from school. And then in and then we had Valentine's Day on February 14th, 2021, which was my dad's birthday. And then I also had a midterm break from my online learning from school at home, and that was pretty great. I rewatched the first Smurfs movie just to give it a rewatch because I love the first Smurfs movie so much, and it was for its fifth anniversary last year. That's why I watched it, and I wanted to rewatch it because it's a great movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. And then I rewatched that, and then on February 21st, I taped a movie on Tuesday the 16th February 2021, and I decided to sit down and watch it on Sunday 21st February 2021, and it was Superbad, which was a pretty good movie. It was quite inappropriate now, but I thought it was a pretty good movie in my opinion. I had it taped off the telly on, so that Sunday I watched it. I thought it was a pretty good movie in my opinion. It's just a bit of an inappropriate movie, but it's still a pretty good movie in my opinion. So yeah. So okay, I did that, and what else did I do? And now that's basically all of February 2021, and now we're on to March 2021, which in March 2021 the lockdown was still on. I had to do my usual stuff, and then on March 6th, 2021 I decided to sit down and watch a movie that I had taped from January 17th. So I had to sit down and watch it from tape, and it was Le Mans 66, which was an okay movie. It wasn't a great movie in my opinion. It's just a bit boring in my opinion, but it was still a pretty good okay movie in my opinion. Yeah, it had Matt Damon in it, which he's a pretty good actor. I love him in all the Bourne films and everything. And I thought that movie Le Mans 66 was a pretty okay movie in my opinion. So So yeah, that the regional title for that was Ford versus Ferrari. So yeah, I watched that. So yeah. And then on Sunday the 7th of March, I watched the new this is the second movie that I saw in 2021. I watched the new original Amazon Prime movie, the sequel to the first Coming to America movie, starring Eddie Murphy and Samuel L. Jackson, Coming to America. I watched that on Amazon Prime Video on Sunday, March 7th, 2021. I thought it was a pretty great movie in my opinion. So yeah. And had Colin Jost in the Coming to America movie as well. And yeah, I basically watched that, and yeah, and it was a great movie. And that was also the 2 year anniversary of my confirmation day. 7th of March 2021 was, yeah. And 7th of March 2022 this year will be the 3 year anniversary of my confirmation. So yeah, and I can't believe it made 3 years since I made my confirmation now. So yeah, it feels so long ago now. So yeah. So okay, now next part of 2021, then on to and then on March 14th, 2021, which was Mother's Day, I decided to watch and sit down and watch the Netflix original movie Yesterday, and I thought that was a pretty great, entertaining movie. And I watched that on March 14th. It was a pretty good, entertaining movie. And then now to the rest of March. And then on March 20th, 2021, I decided to sit down and watch I Love Dogs on DVD. And I thought it was a pretty great movie from Wes Anderson. I don't like it as much as Fantastic Mrs. Fox, but I still think it's a pretty great movie. And I got that on DVD on January 27th, 2021, during my online learning from school. And yeah, that was pretty great. And and then on February 2nd, 2021, I got an Eddie Murphy collection Blu-ray VHS limited edition box set. It included Trading Places, Coming to America, the first film, and The Golden Child. Yeah, I had all them three movies in the Eddie Murphy collection box set, and I got that on February 2nd. And then also with that I had Chris money, and I got those three things out of it. And the next DVD I got was Zathura: A Space Adventure, 2005-6 DVD, which is a pretty great movie in my opinion. I got that on DVD. And now to the rest of 2021. Then on March 21st, 2021, I bought it with Premiere Access, Raya and the Last Dragon. On Sunday, March 21st, I decided to sit down and watch Raya the Last Dragon on Disney Plus, because I paid for the Premiere Access, and I thought it was a pretty great Disney classic movie. And then on March 31st, 2021, I decided to give Astro Boy a rewatch, and it was a great movie. And then on April 2nd, 2021, this is probably one of my favorite days of 2021, I decided to sit down. Since I watch it once a year, I'll probably watch it again this year on Sunday, March 6th, 2022. And then on Friday, April 2nd, 2021, which was Good Friday, I decided to sit down and watch my favorite movie of all time, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I rewatched that on April 2nd, 2021, Friday, and I thought it was still my favorite movie of all time. It's still a great movie to this day. I watched it on 31st of October 2020. The very first time I watched it, and when I rewatched it on April 2nd, 2021, Friday, Good Friday, I still thought it was a great movie to this day, and it's still my favorite movie of all time to this day, and it was a great movie. I rewatched that on April 2nd, 2021, Friday, Good Friday, and I thought it was still my favorite movie of all time, still a great movie to this day, and I'll definitely give that rewatch every year, because my favorite movie of all time. I'll give it a rewatch on March 6th, 2022, Sunday, of this year, 2022, and it'd be a great movie. So yeah, so okay, that's basically that. And then during the March and April 2021, I watched all the Bourne films, and they were great. And then on 12th of April 2021, after a whole 3 months of lockdown, I finally went back to school for April for April and May, and it was great. I was still in second year at that stage, and it was felt so great to go back to school during April and May, and it was so great. Yeah, I went back on April 12th, 2021 Monday, and it was so great to go back to school for April and May. It was so great. So yeah, so yeah. And then on May and then on May and then I got a few more and then I got a few more DVDs during the few months. I'm not going to mention them all because there's so many. And then on May 28th, 2021, it was my last day of school, second year, and I was so happy to be finished for the summer, and so happy to be finished second year of school, going into third year on the 28th, Friday the 28th of May 2021, which is my last day of second year school, and it was great to be finished and finished for the summer holidays. Yeah, so yeah, and that was that. Then and then and then and then June came along, and I got my very first Stranger Things t-shirt on June 1st, Tuesday 2021. And I wasn't really interested in Stranger Things at that stage, but when I got the t-shirt and I looked at a few trailers and I thought it looked great, I thought I'd give the first season a watch in the middle of July. And then I got a few more DVDs for the last few months, and then June 18, 2021, this is probably one of my favorite days of 2021. This day came, and I finally went back to cinema after a whole year, 2.5 or something. Since that was the last film I went to see on the 7th of March 2020. That was when I went to go see the Pixar movie Onwards. And oh my god, that was so long ago. That was a whole year, half a year or something. And it was when I went to go see Onward on March 7th, 2020. That was so long ago. And then on 18th of June 2021, I finally went back to cinema after Onward for a whole year. And I went to go see Peter Rabbit 2 on the 18th of June 2021. And yeah, I finally went back to cinema after that to go see Peter Rabbit 2 on the 18th of June 2021. And that was one of my favorite movies of this year. And it was a great movie, just as good as the first one. It was a great, funny, and entertaining movie. Peter Rabbit 2 was. I saw that on the 18th of June 2021. First day it came out, actually the first day, that was the day the cinema was reopened. And when I saw it in cinemas, I thought it was a really great movie. One of my favourite movies of this year. Peter Rabbit 2 was just as good as the first one. And that was my first film to see after Onward. And it felt so great to go back to the cinema on the 18th of June 2021. So yeah. So yeah, that was that. And then on the 19th of June 2021, I got some movies to rewatch also, and then so yeah, so yeah. Also watch a movie, yeah. And then and then the 26th of June 2021. This is probably one of the worst days of 2021. I got Cats and Dogs Three Paws Unite on DVD in the month of April, and I decided to sit down and watch it on the 26th of June 2021. And when I watched it and it was finished, I was like, this movie was absolute disappointment. Oh, this movie was so childish, and it was an absolute terrible movie. Cats and Dogs Three Paws Unite was an absolute childish movie. I think this is the worst movie of this year of 2021. And it was an absolute childish movie when when um when um when I sat down and watched it on the 26th of June 2021. It's an absolute childish movie. And then that's that. And then on the 27th of June 2021, on Netflix, I just thought I'd like this movie. I decided to sit down and watch it on Netflix, Shaun of the Dead, and I thought it was a really great movie in my opinion. I watched that on 27th of June 2021 Sunday. I thought it was a really great movie in my opinion. So yeah. So also I meant to say on the 10th of June 2021, I watched the second movie in the True Flavors Cornetto trilogy for the first time. Watched Shaun of the Dead for the first time as well, and that was Hot Fuzz, which is a great movie, even better than Shaun of the Dead, but Shaun of the Dead is still a great film. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. I watched that on the 10th of June 2021. I thought it was a really great movie in my opinion. So yeah, the best movie out of the True Flavors Cornetto trilogy. So yeah, so Shaun of the Dead was a great movie in my opinion. So yeah, and that was that, and then what did I do? and then on the 2nd of July 2021, I had my second cinema trip after lockdown, and I went to go see A Quiet Place Part 2, which was a great movie, another one of my favorite movies of this year. It was a great movie. I went to see it in cinemas, my second film after lockdown. I thought it was a great movie. Yeah, another one of my favorite movies of this year. It was a great movie. Um, Way better than the first Quiet Place, but the first Quiet Place is still great movies. Yeah. So okay, that was that. And then the 3rd of July 2021, I decided to sit down and watch this. I got this with Cats and Dogs, Tree Pods Unite, Wonder Woman 1984, which did come out in cinemas, but I didn't get a chance to see it in cinemas because we went into lockdown when I was planning to go see it. But then decided to sit down and watch it on DVD on July 3rd, 2021, Saturday. And I thought it was an okay movie. It was nowhere near as good as the first Wonder Woman movie, but it was still an okay movie in my opinion. So yeah. So yeah, that was that. And then on the 5th of July, I started watching Stranger Things season 1, and I finished Stranger Things season 1. My last episode 8 was the 13th of July 2021, and I watched the whole first season during that week of July, and it was an absolute brilliant season, and it became one of my became my favorite show of all time. After the first season I watched it, and it was a really great season, and it became my favorite show. Stranger Things did. Yeah, it was a yeah, it was a yeah, it was a great season. Season 1 was, yeah, I watched it throughout that week in July, and I thought it was a great season. Became one of my favorite shows, my favorite show of all time. Stranger Things did, and it was a great season. Season 1 was. And then on the 16th of July 2021, my third cinema trip after lockdown, and that was when I went to go see Space Jam: New Legacy, which that was a pretty okay movie in my opinion. So, yeah. So one of my okay movies of this year. So, yeah. So, yeah. And then, oh yeah, I meant to say on the 10th of July 2021, I decided to sit down and watch 2 by 2 Overboard, which I got in May on DVD, and I thought it was a pretty great movie. Way better than the first 2 by 2, but the first 2 by 2 is still a great movie, and that was 2 by 2 Overboard was when I watched it on the 10th of July 2021 Saturday. It was a really great movie in my opinion. And what happened next? Then on the 18th of July 2021, I watched another movie with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost called Paul. Paul, the Alien movie with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and Kristen Wiig and Bill Hader and Jason Statham, Jason Bateman and Seth Rogen as Paul and other actors. And yeah, and I thought it was a pretty great movie. Not as good as Hot Fuzz and Shaun the Dead, and not one of the best movies from Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, but I still thought it was a pretty great movie. Paul the Alien was. Yeah, it was a pretty great movie. I watched it on the 18th of July 2021 Sunday, and I thought it was a pretty great movie in my opinion. I watched that on Netflix, pretty great movie. And then on the And then on the 31st of July 2021 Saturday, I went down for a trip in Athlone, and it was a great holiday trip in Athlone. And I watched loads of movies I bought DVDs down and watched them on the DVD player and I watched them on the telly, and it was great, and I stayed in the house and everything. And then yeah, I did loads. I got a new PlayStation 4 game, a Queen Sing Along game, and I started playing that in August just for my summer camp in school. I thought it was a pretty great game. And then in the IMC cinemas in Athlone on the Sunday the 1st of August 2021, I decided to, and I was gonna go see Jungle Cruise. I was gonna go see Jungle Cruise in the IMC cinemas in Athlone, but that cinema wasn't showing Jungle Cruise for some reason, so I had to pick another movie to go see because I couldn't see Jungle Cruise because it wasn't showing the IMC cinemas not long. So because I'd seen I'd seen Space Jam: New Legacy and Tom and Jerry. I also watched Tom and Jerry the movie 2021 on April 11th, 2021. Or on Apple TV, and I thought it was a pretty great movie in my opinion. And so the only suggestion movie that I had to go see in the IMC cinemas not long was The Croods 2: New Age, which I love the first Croods movie, so I went to see it. And I was planning to go see that for my birthday, but I went to see it in IMC cinemas not long instead because Jungle Cruise wasn't shown. So I went to see The Croods 2: New Age on that day, and it was a really great movie, my favorite movie of this year. It was a really great, funny and entertaining good story, and family, absolute really great movie. One of the best DreamWorks movies and one of the best animated movies in my opinion. It was a great The Croods 2 New Age was a great movie. Yeah, it was my favorite movie this year. It was great. And then that was my trip in that long cinema trip, and then and then on and then on the 7th of August 2021, I was gonna buy it on Premiere Access with on Disney Plus also, this movie, but I just decided to see it in cinemas on the 7th of August 2021 Saturday, and that was Jungle Cruise, and I went to see it on that day, and I thought it was a disappointment in my opinion. It was an okay movie. It wasn't great. Now I was expecting it to be better. It could have been better, but it was just an okay movie. It was a bit of a disappointment, but it was still an okay movie. Jungle Cruise was when I went to see it on that day, so that was a pretty okay movie. So yeah. And then on the 9th of August 2021, my summer camp with my school first day. And yeah, after the first day was so great of that summer camp in my school. It was so great, that first day was. And yeah, all of the days of that all of the days of that summer camp were great. I went to Jump Zone, I went to the zoo, and I did loads of stuff. So yeah. And then we also went to the cinema on Wednesday, the 11th of August 2021, to go see The Croods 2 New Age again for the second time in cinema. And I still thought, when I went to see it that day, it's still a great movie to this day. Still my favourite movie of this year. Still a great, funny movie. It's still a great movie to this day, one of my favourite movies this year. And there was other movies they were gonna go see, but they picked The Croods 2 New Age, and I'm glad they picked that, because that was my favourite movie this year. So yeah. So yeah, and then on also on the 30th of April 2021, I sat down with my iPad on Netflix, and I watched the Netflix version of the movie The Mitchells vs. Machines, and that was a great entertaining, funny and good movie. And it was also one of my favourite movies of this year, and it had great hand-drawn animation. It was a great movie, one of my favourite movies of this year. And then on the 19th of August 2021, I had my birthday, which I got a lot of presents, and we went to the zoo and everything and it was great. And then on the 23rd of August, I got my new red runner shoes and everything else. Yeah. So on the 25th of August 2021, I wasn't keen on seeing this movie first, because I looked at it on IMDb, and the picture didn't really interest me, but I decided to watch the 2 trailers of it, and the trailers really interest me in my opinion, and I changed my mind. I wasn't going to go see it in cinemas, but I went to see it because the reviews were great and the trailers were great, so I changed my mind and I went to see it. Went to see this on the Wednesday, 20th of August 2021, 2 days before I went back to school in third year, and that was when I went to go see Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds, and it was a really great movie in my opinion. It really pleasantly surprised me. I thought it was a really great movie in my opinion. Another one of my favorite movies of this year, and it was a really great movie in my opinion. So yeah. And then on the 27th of August 2021, Friday, I went back. I had my first day back in school for third year, and that was great. And then in September and October, I just had days of school and third year and stuff. And then on the 9th of October 2021, I went to go see my first cinema trips in 25th of August 2021. There wasn't anything on after Free Guy, so I took a break for that. So on the 9th of October 2021, I finally went back to cinema to go see The Addams Family 2, which was an okay movie in my opinion. It wasn't great. Now, one of my okay movies of this year. It was a pretty okay movie. I went to see that on 9th of October 2021. It was an okay movie. That was that. And then on the 16th of October 2021, Saturday, I watched Black Widow on Disney Plus because it came out free on October 6th. And I thought it was a pretty great movie in my opinion. One of the best Marvel movies. Pretty great. And then on October 22nd, 2022, I started watching Stranger Things season 2, the first episode, and I watched the whole of Stranger Things season 2 during my whole midterm break, and I thought it was a really great season in my opinion. So, yeah. So yeah, and then yeah. And then on the 29th of October 21, I had my cinema trip for the midterm break, and that was when I went to go see Ron's Gone Wrong, which was another one of my favorite movies of this year, and it was a great heartwarming movie. So yeah. So yeah, and then November comes, and I just had normal days of school. Then November 2021, next cinema trip, The Boss Baby 2, Family Business, which was one of my okay movies. It is an okay movie, and um, what's next? Um, um, and then now the final month of 2021, December, which is the month just gone. And and on the 6th of December 2021, I had a day off school, so I decided to sit down and watch it on Disney Plus, the Disney Dive Rimke movie, and I thought that movie was pretty good, one of my okay movies of this year. I watched that, and then we had a massive storm, and I had a few days off school for that, and then I had days in school before Christmas. I had my last day of school, and that was great. I got yeah, and then on. And I rewatched The Croods 2. Oh, yeah, sorry. And then on December 22nd, 2021, I watched episode 1 of Stranger Things Season 3. And I'm nearly finished Stranger Things Season 3. Tonight, I'm going to watch episode 8, which is the last episode, and I can't wait for the never-ending story and the final battle. And I really like Stranger Things Season 3. So far, it's been a great season. And yeah, that was that. And then we had Christmas Eve on 24th December, and well, and then on the 25th of December 2021, we had Christmas Day, and I got loads of presents and everything, and I had a great time, and we had other days of Christmas as well. Yep. Then it's yeah. And that's basically my review on the whole year of 2021. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, and this, oh yeah, I meant to say, yeah, 2021 was a pretty great year. Yeah, I thought it was kind of better than 2020 in my opinion. 2020 was an okay year, even with COVID and stuff. Yeah, this year COVID was still around, but wasn't as bad this year as last year. Last year was all right, but this year was kind of better. Yeah, 2021 was a pretty a good year in my opinion. I liked it, and I'm hoping 2022 will be an even better year because COVID might be gone this year. So hoping 2022 is going to be a great year. Yeah, 2021 was pretty good, and 2020 was okay in my opinion. And hoping this year 2022 is going to be a great year. So, yeah, so we all hope so. Yeah, so, yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching my video. See you in my next video, and goodbye. Peace.